So this is where I'm going to build my fire. I'm going to try to put a couple logs down here that aren't wet and punky and rotting. I'm going to try to find some drier ones, put them across here, build my fire on top of that. So as you can see, just behind me is the spot where I want to build my fire. And you don't really have to scour the whole forest looking for the ideal setup, the ideal thing that you might be foraging for, or just trying to assess your area. Right here, I have you can see it's a dead pine tree, and it's broken off halfway at the top. Now, I'm going to be looking for fat wood here, and I'm just going to try digging in behind this branch here. And I have another option here. There's a tree that's fallen down behind me, and I could try to take a branch out of there. It's a little bit rotted, and I'm looking for the best quality fat wood that I can. Now, this one would be probably a little bit easier to harvest, to be honest. We'll just reach in, pull it out. Maybe even one of the branches are loose enough to wriggle free, but the quality may be less. This one's standing and it's dry, and I'm hoping that this holds the better quality fat wood here for me starting my fire. I have a little bit of birch bark. I'm hoping that that'll catch. I've been keeping it in my pocket, trying to dry it out a little bit, because everything is wet here today. So maybe I'll just tumble it a little bit in my pocket, let the pocket sort of soak up some of the moisture that might be in there, and get our fire started. Maybe a little bit easier. So I took a chunk out of here. Now this doesn't look like the typical orange color that you're really looking for in fat wood. So I'm going to try pulling out the other one, see if it's any different whatsoever, and hopefully we'll pick the best of the two. I'm sure this is still full of really good resins, and it should still fight or light quite nicely. But let's see what we got over there. So this log isn't rotted enough for you just to pull one of these out. So I'm gonna have to cut it out. And I got 3 knots here. I'm hoping that there's a fair amount of sap running through here. So I'm gonna just hack out one of these and see how it goes. That is more what we're looking for. Okay, fine. Just wanted to show you, not Niko, he always steals the show. Just all these mushrooms here, the turkey tails, super high in antioxidants, one of the most studied medicinal mushrooms on the planet. And I'm gonna have a tea with this tonight. And they're here, they're everywhere. There's not a shortage of turkey tails anywhere in this time to get a couple logs together so I have a dry base for my fire, and then that could burn as well. Instead of drawing up moisture from the dirt and wet logs, we're going to try to build it on top of the driest logs I can find. So I didn't catch it on video, but I just knocked over this here. It's a punky log. It's a little bit dry, mostly dry. So it's not too heavy, you can see. And that should make a good fire base. I can split it up into little pieces. It should not burn through too badly, and it should help promote my fire and keep it going and keep it dry and off the ground. So we're going to go with this, and maybe check out some of these other pieces here that broke off, and get started on the fire. So I've gathered most of my materials to start my fire. I'll just turn. So I don't know if you can see it. I have some of the punky dry wood on the bottom, and then I have 2 going this way, and I have 1, 2, 3 going the opposite direction. There's quite a bit of airflow that's able to go underneath here. I've got just a little bit of a base, something with a little extra air underneath. I got my fine twigs, and I got my pinky finger size. I got my thumb size waiting over here, and then a little bit larger and larger, and then I have some other ones waiting here, and that should be enough to do whatever I need to do. Over here I have my fat wood that I'm going to try to shave off a little bit. I still have my birch bark that's going to help me get things going. And then I collected this on the way in, which is a little bit of pine pitch or pine sap. And I'm going to see how that does, see if that can bring up our intensity a little bit for heat. And maybe get the wet stuff going a little bit quicker. Hopefully I can get this stuff to work for me. All right. Time to start getting preparations done. I'm going to start shaving down some of the fat wood into smaller pieces, and hopefully it'll ignite. Hi Nico, how you doing? What are you going to do? Huh? Just going to hang out with me? Just going to hang out with me? Where's Chris? Hey. How's a good boy? You having fun? All right. I can't stress enough how wet everything is to the touch. I have sawdust sticking to my hands. The bark was sticking to my hands. But yeah, everything's so super wet, especially on the outside. And hi Nico. And you can hear it steaming. I'm not sure if the audio will pick it up here, but I've got my fire going. I love using the back of my my saw and drawing the ferro rod out from underneath it. That helps you land your sparks a little bit nicer and a little bit more controlled, rather than trying to fling sparks at your target. So when I'm starting a fire when it's wet, I like to be heavy on the small bits of wood. I want to start a good fire base. I want it to, and these little sticks burn so much better. So the more you can get your fire base started with small sticks when your kindling is really dry or wet, this is the best way to get it going. And don't spare on it. Don't take shortcuts. I find if you don't take your time doing it, you're wasting it, because you're just going to have to go out and try it again when your first batch of kindling doesn't catch, or it runs short and it doesn't have enough heat to give the next level coming up, the next thicker sticks coming up, enough heat to start to burn off that moisture before the fire gets started. So yeah, always go heavy on your small kindling, and make sure that you get that base going, because then and only then are you going to get the bigger ones going. And it's a time saver, even though sometimes it feels like it takes forever to collect those little tiny pieces of branches, grasses. In this environment isn't going to be an option, so you need to go for the fine twigs. Anyway, time to get some grub going. Where you going, mister? Got a little Y here. Got a little Y here if I want. Change the height of the fire. I'll just shove this in here. Got another longer pole. And this is just going to go across here. I don't know if you can see that. Just out of the camera view. Let me just push this in a bit more. I got this. Can now just hang up here. If I want, I can bring it up off the fire to a higher notch just up here. But that should be good for cooking our fire. Right, Niko? Or cooking our fire, cooking our food. You want another treat? I can get you a treat. Okay, it's treat time. Time to collect some water. Ah, there we go. That should do it. Ooh. One of the things that is the least pleasant about everything being so wet and damp is the amount of smoke on your fire, and it gets in your eyes and you cry a lot. But if that's the least enjoyable thing, we're doing pretty awesome. As your snow melts down, you got to replace it, because it doesn't. Just because you fill your cup doesn't mean it stays full. Once it melts, there's a lot of air space, and sometimes this can be time expensive. But with the heat of this fire and how close it is to the fire, it should be okay. Should go down pretty quick, and we should have no problem keeping our cup full. Oh, that's not good. Don't drop your snow on your fire. Counterproductive. So my mushroom tea is just about done brewing, and it's just about to boil, and then soon it'll be time to change this this big fire, into a cooking fire. And I'm just going to make some mushroom soup, I think, today. I brought some treats for Niko. He ate them all already, though. I think he wants to go home because he's out of treats. This is my camping companion. He decided to come in here, get warm by the fire. He'd been out adventuring and got quite a ways from me, actually, and I called him back. I was actually a little bit worried that he might have been gone too far, and he's deaf in one ear and he's an old man now, so calling him is only partially effective because he may turn the wrong way when you call him. So you got to kind of yell and let him know that you need him back, and then he'll find his way. He has to use his nose, and you just give a good long shout every once in a while so he can locate. Right, Niko? Yeah? You good boy? Where's your good boy? That's my boy. There's my boy. Come here. Get by the fire, it's warm. Nice and toasty over here, huh? So my tea's been boiling for a couple minutes now. I'll give it a minute or two, and it'll be time to let that cool off and take a drink later. And in the meantime, I'm going to start breaking down this fire into a cooking fire. because that is far too hot to cook soup on. So soup is on. We got our mushroom soup. I put it into one of my cook pots. It's I've only used twice now, and I'm really happy with it. But I transformed the fire into a cooking fire, and I'll show you what I did. So what I did is I removed any of the green parts that were causing flame and kept the coal bed. Now, after the coal bed, I laid down 2 fresh logs, and quite a bit larger, so that the flames just sort of lick up in between. I've tried keeping the handle over the log so that it stays cool and keeping it to the edge of the fire. Now you can see that underneath, maybe I can get underneath here with this. So we got underneath this area, just nice hot coals. No real flame to speak of. Occasionally a little bit come licking up through here, but I try to keep it fairly tight so that the heat or the oxygen isn't boiling straight up through there. And hopefully what we do is gradually heat this, because the last thing I want to do is burn the cream in this soup. And I just have a little stick here and I'm stirring it with it until it gets hot, and then it's going to be grub time, and then we'll be packing up and we'll be getting out of here. So I did come out here. I got a draw knife for Christmas, and it's going to be part of a project I'm working on, and I'll probably reveal that a little bit later. I'm excited. It's a big project, and all I'm going to say is it involves flint knapping. You enjoying the fire, Niko? Staying warm? You smell? Say hi to everybody. Yeah? So the soup is just about done. It's starting to warm up nicely. Hasn't exactly come to a little bit of a simmer yet, but it hasn't been very long. Just keep stirring it with my stick. It's only about 4:30. It gets dark in about an hour from now, maybe even less. It's still about the longest day of the year, or the longest night of the year, was actually only about a week ago. And so it still gets dark pretty early, probably before 5. So yeah, definitely still have only a little bit of time left before we have to get out of here. So Niko and I are going to eat, and it's going to be time to go. So our soup is hot, Mr. Niko. You want some? I'll give you a little bit. I'll give you a little bit in this dish. You want some in here? Okay. Come on over here. Come on over here. Not too much. I'm not sure how your belly's going to handle the cream. Come on. Come on. Come over here. Come on. Come on. Come over here. Come on. Up and over, mister. Oh. Turn around. There you go. There you go. Niko and I are just going to have a little bite to eat, and soon we're going to both be out of here. A little mushroom soup. You're not into mushroom soup? Oh, you want it. Ah, good. It's not too hot. Not too hot. Just right. Ah. Well, thank you for joining us. We're going to march out of here shortly. And hope you enjoy your day. It's been a wonderful holidays. I've been enjoying a little bit of time off, and I'm glad I could make this video and get out here. Yeah, it's been pretty hectic leading up to today. So there's been a lot going on, and you know how it is, the Christmas rush, the friends, the family, getting the presents together and all that. And now it's time to just relax, hang out with my dog, enjoy the woods, and slow things down a little bit. As Dan would say, be good to one another. Cheers. Thanks for joining me.
So if you look, see all these holes? Holes, the little holes. That's worms. So, Joe, we need to dig. I do have a shovel, but of course that's in my adventurer's pack. And I didn't bring that today.
We're a little limited on tools, but I have seen an old technique done. It's called worm grunting.
Worm grunting.
And we just got to find 2 suitable semi-flat chunks. That's probably going to be the harder part. And you drive one end of the wood stake into the ground, a good 4 to 6 inches.
Right.
And you rasp the other one across like an old file, just to give it that vibration that goes to the ground, and the worms think it's rain hitting the ground.
So what is that called?
Worm grunting.
Worm grunting. So does this theory work? We're going to test that. We're going to find the materials we need.
Try it.
And we're going to grunt for some worm. All right, he found his stick. That machete's been used for so many different things.
Yeah, she's a universal toy.
All right, so he's going to try to drive that in as deep as he can. So the theory of this is to add vibration to the dirt and the surrounding area to simulate rain. And the worms will actually start coming out of the ground.
It's just trying to simulate that vibration.
Yeah.
Rain is the toughest part with a machete.
I don't know.
Get out of that hole.
What? No way, where?
He's not big, it's work. I'm looking for more.
Oh, no way, man.
2! They're going fishing, buddy.
That seriously worked?
It took a while, but I got
see
2.
that.
That's all right. That's okay. We'll come back and do
No way, man. That actually worked.
Yeah.
Is there any more?
I gave up. I got
So Joe's
excited.
been rubbing the stick, as you see, and I wasn't waiting around anymore. I walked over there, doing my own thing. He continued, and now look.
We got a slug that came out too.
Oh my God.
Got the dirt out of there.
No
Look
way.
at that. We got
How fast did it take? Did you see him, or were you just not paying
He was right
attention?
between. He was between my legs.
So you didn't even see him.
No, I wonder how many.
No
Probably
way.
missed a whole bunch, but heck,
That
look
is
at that.
seriously works.
Let's do this. Let's go fish.
Okay, Joe. Okay, Joe, what do you got? What are you using?
Well, just made this up, so I got a bait over a bait, nice big weight with a slug on there that we found.
Oh yeah.
On one, and then there's a big worm ball that
Nice.
got made up here. Wrap this around one more time.
What do you got, Joe?
I don't know. It feels like a shark.
Whoa. It is big, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're in here. Here's our supper. Oh yeah, it's a white sucker. Good catch.
There's dinner.
Good job.
And he released himself.
Hey, there you go. There's a white sucker. I think it's a white sucker. Looks like one.
Man, that's a healthy guy.
That is a healthy one.
Huh?
Here, let me take a picture. Nice.